Hi friends! How great to see you here today. I know you can't see me because I want to focus on this book. It's called A Little Spot Learns Online, a story about virtual classroom expectations. Guess what we have this year? For now at least, we have a virtual classroom. And I thought this was a great book to just kind of talk a little bit about what we should be doing while we have our online class. I know that last year we had an online classroom experience, but this year is a little different. Last year we were like, try, do whatever, blah, blah, blah. This year, we want you to be the best learners that you can be. And so we put a lot of thought into how learners do best when we're doing distance learning. Okay, so let's get to the story. A Little Spot Learns Online. This book belongs to the LJ Squad. That's us. We are the LJ Squad, of course. Hi, my name is Spot. I hear you're going to start learning online, and I'm here to help. That's great! Learning online is new for us, so any tips would be helpful. And even if you learned online last year, you have never learned as a second grader before. I know that's true. Absolutely! Learning virtually or online is like learning at school, but it just feels a little different. Instead of learning in a physical classroom at school, that means the place, like where we go to school, you will be learning on a computer in a virtual classroom at home. So a virtual classroom doesn't take up any space in the real world. You can't walk into it, but we can still participate together in there. You will still see your teacher and all the kids in your class, and they will be able to see you too. So you definitely don't want to be in your pajamas. Joining a virtual class is like going to school, so you should wear something comfortable and appropriate. And I want to say right here at this part, I have to tell you, if I'm being really honest, I don't dress up in the way that I used to for school. I bought myself a whole bunch of really comfy dresses that I wear that feel a lot like pajamas, if I'm perfectly honest. They're not pajamas, but they feel like so you might be the same way. You might dress a little bit different than you did when you were going to school, but when we're at home, you might be wearing really comfy clothes, and that's okay. Just make sure it's appropriate. This will help you get your mind ready to learn and help you to stay on schedule too. This is an important one. Eat before you join your class online. You don't want a grumbling stomach when you're trying to learn. This is the same as what we do for school when we come together, is you eat before you come, or you eat at school in the gym before you come in, or you eat in the classroom in the first few minutes of school, but we don't eat the whole time things are happening in class. Eating while you're in a virtual classroom can be a distraction, not only to you, but your teacher and classmates too. Don't worry, your teacher will have scheduled snack breaks. So I just want to say, so it's okay for you to have something ready, but just wait until we have that break and then you can eat. Be organized and prepared. You should avoid getting up and leaving your classroom session. Have a water bottle nearby. Having a water bottle nearby is a great idea in case you get thirsty. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you have all the things that you need sitting right there before you log in. Make sure you have the school supplies that your teacher recommends in close reach as well. And the biggest thing of all, this should just be like a pencil, paper, whatever books you think that you're going to need. Don't forget to go potty before you join your virtual class. I understand there are emergencies. I will probably have an emergency at some point, but let's all try before we log into our class to use the restroom. Oh, and definitely don't have your computer with you in the restroom when you go to the bathroom. Find a good place to sit. You might want to sit on the floor or the couch, but this can get uncomfortable. When you're uncomfortable, you move around a lot. Try sitting on a chair. This will help you to stay upright and focused. If you don't have a chair, a desk chair, a dining room chair works too. So last year I noticed that kids they'd take their computer to their bed, and then they'd take their computer to the couch, and then they would move around a lot with their computer. I want you to try to pick one spot where you can sit and be the best learner, okay? I understand that you might not have a desk, you might be against a wall, sitting on the floor or something like that. All of that's okay. It's just really important that you're intentional about the place where you sit and just staying in that spot while we're working together. We won't be working together all day long on the computer. It'll be spurts. And so just pick a space for that period of time. Create a quiet space. A place with few distractions can make learning easier. And look behind you. Teachers and students can see what's in the background of your computer camera, so make sure that it is appropriate too. So you don't want to have the TV going behind you. You don't want your little brother's video games being played behind you. You don't want to have your grandma and grandpa talking loudly behind you while they eat breakfast. So you want to pick a quiet spot where all around you is a quiet, both in your ears and in your eyes. Now look around you. Make sure all your toys are put away and all the food is out of reach and any pets are in another room. There will be a point when we talk about pets and we'll share pets and we'll introduce them, but let's not be on purpose bringing our pets into the movie or into the video. Always try to be on time. When you're on time, it shows respect for your teacher and that you are responsible. I will try my best to do this too. Sometimes there can be technical problems, so always try to join a virtual class 5 minutes early. This way, an adult can make sure your computer is fully charged, your camera works, and your microphone is muted. Muted means I can't hear you. So when we first come into class, you can have your microphone on. But once we get going, it'll be expected that you have your microphone off unless you are being called on to say something. Now you're ready to learn. I have one more thing to add to this. Making distracting faces or being silly can be distracting to people around us. So one other way to show respect is to keep your face friendly and your face quiet and not goofing around. And another thing is, I want you to use the chat feature. That's where you can type things in and you can respond and say things without having to talk. I want you to use that. Just make sure that you're saying something that has to do with what we're doing. You're not just going typing a bunch of letters. You're not going blah, 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 making a bunch of virtual noise. That you're responding respectfully and kindly to the other kids who are in class or to me if I'm the speaker. Just in the same way that you would want people who are talking to you to say respectful, kind things when you're talking. You will be able to learn the best when your eyes are watching, ears are listening, mouth is quiet, back is upright and not slouching, hands are relaxed. Headphones might be a really helpful thing during this time too, especially if you have brothers and sisters or friends who are with you who are also learning virtually. When you have something to say, make sure you raise your hand and wait your turn. Also, when you have something to say, be sure your microphone is turned on so your teacher and classmates can hear you. We will probably practice that at some point in class when we first get going. Wow, you are both working so hard. I hope I've helped make this experience a little easier. I can't wait to see how much you learn and how much fun you have with online learning. All right, so that's the end of a little spot, Learns Online. So we're gonna go ahead and have a little response to this, a little online chat, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching this story, guys.